Okay. Basically, the psychic shit that I did was one day, his phone started messing up, and so was mine. You gotta excuse me, I'm in my bed now. So I have a contraction. Mm, I'm better, but I want to finish this. Um, he didn't know because we had identical cell phones that I switched not only just the number, but I switched up phones completely to where he wouldn't know that I would receive the cell phone text message that he was getting. So one night I was sitting in my car and I was receiving all of the text messages that he would receive from whoever the girls were. And at first I thought it was all just his baby moms, and I recognized it was from two different chicks, and I was like, okay, that's some crazy shit. So at around midnight, I just got tired of it. So I went in the house and I confronted him, and I just wrote down on the little sheet of paper. I said, "There's shit that I know that you think that I don't know," and I said, "Would you like to tell me anything?" And he was like, "No, no, 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 no." Then he took his cell phone, still not knowing that the numbers had been switched, and he called his baby mom. So he was like, "Did I just talk to you, or did you just text me?" And she was like, "No, I'm asleep." I'm like, this bitch is like totally trained that if he ever got caught slipping, I can say I'm asleep. I can say I'm not talking to you. I can say anything in the world under the sun. And it was like, why would these girls be wondering where you staying at when you coming up to Pottstown? Why would these girls be worried about, you know, no, not even worried about, wondering why you gonna wash their hair, or you gonna do this, or you gonna do that? Okay, bitch, I got you. So I figured out then he was lying. I was like, you don't want to be with me, get the fuck up. So he packed up his stuff and he left. He left. He got on the bus, and I took him and stuff. And then now I'm not gonna lie. The first night, everybody was like, "You don't need to let your husband go. You don't need to let him do anything." He went to the studio. So he disappeared for I don't know how long. And the whole time everybody was like, well, he's been at the studio. I'm like, okay, well, you at a studio with no running water, no bathroom. Where are you washing your ass? Where are you taking the shit at? Where are you maintaining yourself? I don't know how he did it. He did it somehow, but I don't know where he did it. And it was like, so I got out there and I just sat out there and I said, well, you need to talk to me because I packed up this stuff and I took it to the studio. And I sat out at the parking lot and I'm like, I'm not going in there, but I'm tired and I fell asleep in the car. And he got in the car and he came back home. And I was like, he was like, that's just like at the hotel when I told him he can go. I said, well, if you're not going to help me, if you're not going to be there for me or the kids, then you need to fucking go. But everybody was telling me I didn't need to tell him he needs to leave, he needs to go, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. But he wasn't really making too many sacrifices for me. He wasn't doing like as much as a husband should do for his wife, being the fact that all he did was go to the studio. Who goes to the studio for like 10, 12 hours at one time and brings no money home, but says they got studio sessions and brings no money home? Then blames it on a car that you got to put gas in. Just because I have to go to work two different times a day, four times actually a day, you have to go to the studio. Yeah, we run through gas, we burn through gas, but I'm looking at it like, as far as anything goes, you weren't helping me. So I guess I was in my own little world, to be on somewhat of his defense. I wasn't listening. I wasn't ready. I figured, he had quit his job at Family Dollar. He was only going to the studio, so the studio money was the only money he was bringing in. Now, also in his defense, my daughter at the time when we got married was in pre-K. She was in school in East Point, and he had to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning on Wednesdays. But see, I worked the AM shift at my job, so it was like, well, if all I had to do was work overtime, and I made what he made in one week. off of one check, double. So he quit his job. That seemed like the common sense thing to make. Word of advice: even if you make more than your spouse, especially if you're a female making more than your spouse, do not belittle your husband because of how much money you make over him. Do not throw it in his face that you make more money than him. This is just speaking from my personal experience. And do not tell a man how to be a man because it it puts them in a whole nother zone. There's a lot of reasons why my husband left, okay? But it should have been a lot more reasons why he should have stuck it out. Now, as far as anything goes, I can always make something look pretty, but it wasn't looking pretty for me and him if he was gone and he wasn't taking care of home. Now, if I say come back home, he comes back home. He leaves back out again, and then like not too long after that, he starts going back to the studio doing the stuff behind it. He goes over there to one of their houses to have a party, whatever, whatnot. And this is the second car I was gone through. One of his boys hit my car, and then he's gonna tell his boy that it's okay, don't worry about it. You're gonna come home drunk to me, talking about bad, you're gonna be mad. But don't be too mad. It's alright, it's alright. I'll fix it. What the fuck did you do to my car? I bolted, like it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I bolted out of the house, went to my car, see this big ass dent in my 300. Okay. How you not gonna have a job and tell somebody, don't worry about it? Not get their insurance, but they hit my shit and now you telling them it's okay? It's okay for your friend to hit my car at the I'm the one that pays bills and I'm the one that has to worry about fixing it. Nah, that shit was not okay. It wasn't cool and it didn't fly right with me. So yes, I was pissed. We got into a big ass argument. I'm like, dude, you can't be doing my stuff like this. And he was like, well, it's ours. No, it's mine. I stood up here and worked those 20 days straight. I don't know how many countless hours at my job so I could hurry up and replace the car with the other car that you didn't even help me get. Paying $395 a month on a damn Chrysler because my insurance is messed. I mean, my credit was messed up and yours was twice as messed up. It wasn't like we could really get anything off of our credit. This is some real shit now, and it was hurtful. So everybody was like, "You gotta stick it out. That's your husband. You can't talk bad." And I told him, "You know what? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I knew he was cheating on me. I knew he had somebody else up in Pottstown. And then the next thing you know, one of his close friends died. Like, okay, but it was so funny because that whole week I was having dreams, and I asked him. I said, Vinny, is there anything wrong with anybody in your family, your friends, or whatever? As soon as I get out of the car to go to work, he yells out, "Oh, babe, my brother, he died." And I'm like, "Oh shit, what happened?" He gets the text message from my ex, and he said that his brother was dead. He hung himself. And the next thing you know, we have to go up to Potsdam for Brock's funeral. Now, here's the hurtful thing. This is supposed to be my husband's brother and best friend who just hung himself. But his baby mom is the one springing the money for him to get up there. His ex girlfriend is springing money for him to get up there and have a place to stay. But you got a wife and children down here. Plus, I'm pregnant. And you decide to just start borrowing money from everybody else. Okay, fine. Well, if I'm a professional driver, why would you take a 20 something hour bus trip to Pottstown when I could turn a 14-hour